Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, well, we are only a few hours away up until pre-download happens for Black Clover Mobile Global. And what I wanted to do is kind of talk about characters to look out for and reroll for and start your account with. And so, with all that being said, let's dive on in. So, we are just going to get on with it. I'm just going to say this right now, the number one character, the number one pick that most people are going to be aiming for, and I recommend to, is get Lotus. This man, he is just the character to give you the advantage play in PvP, in PvE, in boss fights. He is the man to give you that speed advantage. So of course with Black Clover Mobile, it works off from that speed mechanic. And if you can give yourself that advantage play on the speed mechanic while slowing down the enemy, 99% of the time you are going to get the dub. it really is that simple. Lotus is so broken that he can give you, like, from a boss fight perspective, this man can make the boss lose 3-4 turns, and I say that's because that's what I've managed to accomplish. So Lotus is that character giving you that speed advantage. Of course the ultimate, keep in mind he's AoE, it's only his second skill that is not AoE, but his second skill, realistically you just need to focus fire on the problem, as you could say. So if you manage to get the skill book too, that concentrated attack is crazy because it's basically a guaranteed crit every time from anyone. Who, if the enemy has that debuff, then you're guaranteeing a crit all the time. It's insane. If they have the speed reduction on and you extend it, they lose a turn. It's insane on how crazy this character is. I will say, when it comes to this Lotus, I used SSR Charlotte, who's a free character, and I used my SR Asta and SR Yuno, and I managed to get all the way to chapter 4. Halfway through chapter 4 is what I managed to get through. I haven't continued on, I will say that right now, I haven't managed to continue on, but I could quite easily do so. But with those 4 characters alone, that's where I managed to get, and I didn't summon after. No summoning, no Season 1 characters, none of that. Just pulled Lotus and I ran with it. He is that much of an advantage play of a character. So, I can't stress it enough. Lotus realistically might want to be your first character to choose from. Obviously, next to him will be Mars. Mars is just one of the better tanks that there is within the game. Just provides so much. Like, he tanks so well. He provides taunt on his first skill, which is exactly what you want. But more importantly, on his second skill, he's got stun. On his combination skill outside of Lotus, he's got AoE stunning. With Lotus, if you manage to not speed the enemy down through Lotus's ultimate, you can rely on Mars's combination skill to apply the speed reduction down. So you've got 2 ways to slow down the enemies. Lotus and Mars, in my opinion, are a power couple. Those are the 2 characters. If you can get on your account day 1, you are good. You are freaking good. But I would say Lotus over Mars. Just want to clarify that. But if you do pull Mars, and when you're doing your reroll multi, there is a chance that you can get skill pages. All I'm saying is you might want to rethink. So there's that. By the way, when you do your reroll multi, you can't pull multiple SSRs. You can pull multiple skill pages, but only 1 SSR every multi. Outside of obviously Lotus and Mars, I mean, you do have Radis. You know, I'm not gonna say no to my boy Radis. He's also another good tank. I'll just say Mars is just offering a little bit more. It's the ultimate, which really does help you out when it comes to what Radis can provide, of course. I will say, if you're in the situation which I was in when it came to my JP account, because I re-rolled and I pulled Radis, and I started with that character, and you're probably wondering, why are you saying Lotus and Mars if you started with Radis? Well, when I got Radis, his skill page popped up in the same multi, so I wasn't going to say no to that. Another character that will be available on the reroll banner that if you want to get, you can do so, is the boy William. He's a good little support character, of course. I mean, the ultimate is the counter-attack fortify, allowing you to absorb more damage, but it's the second skill which really is boosting your attacking units. I mean, if you want to resort to relying on SR Yuno as the attacker, solid attacker, of course, then there's that support play being provided. In all honesty, the fact that we're getting the support play from Charlotte, and the fact that she's given out for free, it does make it kind of put William on that back burn to say that I wouldn't prioritize to say that you need to reroll for him. Unless you're all about that counter combo, then you do you. But I'll still, yeah, I'll still mention him because he's not a bad support character. Like, he's decent, but it really depends on what you manage to pull with him. But yeah, no, William is not bad. I wouldn't say he's not. Yeah, he's not a bad choice for re-rolling. So Lotus, Mars being the top dogs. Radis, Plan B. William, Plan B. What other characters would I suggest? I think when it comes for the reroll banner, those are going to be the characters in question that you really want to aim for. I mean, yeah, nah, not you don't really need him for the I mean, you know, all he provides is stunning, of course. I think outside of that, boys, those are going to be the 4 characters. Lotus and Mars being the biggest pulls. Like Lotus number 1, Mars number 2, Radis number 3, William number 4. I think that's how I'm going to class it. I think that's the best way I'm going to put it in order when it comes to from the reroll banner. And then when it comes to obviously the 4 characters in question being the seasonal characters and obviously Red Yami. Obviously when it comes to Red Yami, I'll get him out of the way. You know, if you do want to go for Red Yami, then fair play, I don't blame you. You know, solid character. Unfortunately, you know, he does lose his value over time as it goes on. I mean, as of right now, Red Yami on JP and KR is pretty much hitting the shelf. You know, I'm just going to keep it straight. He's just hitting the shelf. By the very beginning, he is going to be a power character for global, so if you want him, you can go for him, but I think if you want to get your multis worth, and if you want to get your account in the best way possible, Season 1 banner is probably going to be the banner that you want to aim for. Yeah, I said it before on the Season 1 banner. I mean, I also have to take into consideration now if you max them out, because of course their bonus passive is actually pretty insane. But I mentioned it before to say that of course Mimosa is going to be the safe bet, but Blue Yami, again, he's on borrowed time. You know, obviously he will also hit the. It's unfortunate how both the Yamis low-key kind of hit the shelf. it's very sad, but Blue Yami is at the very beginning will be pretty nice to have, but again he's on borrowed time. So realistically, I mean, Asta. Yeah, he's just going to be a nice little damage character, which is, I mean, I still use him to this day. His damage output is just ridiculous. So, and it kind of pushes through a lot of like the boss fights, etc. I think the best way to go about the season side of things is, of course, if you are trying to minimize on your multi-spend on the seasonal banner, so basically pulling a seasonal character within the first couple of multis, depending on who you pull, then at that point you can kind of assess on who you want to get for free. So, for example, let's say I pulled Asta, first multi or 2 multis in, I can then go get Mimosa for free, right? Or I pulled Yami. I think I'm always gonna, I think the best way to go about it is always get yourself Mimosa, and then between on what you want to do between the boys. I think when it comes to between the boys, I'm probably going to fall in line with more of a Asta than Blue Yami. Only because Blue Yami, he's short term. That's the only reason. Like, he's good for now, but the longevity wise, it's more on Asta than it is with Yami. Alright? Well, I can't even find Yami and I'm talking about him. Where is he? He's down here. He's hiding away. Oh, god damn it. Alrighty, you guys. So that is pretty much the reroll side of things on what characters to aim for. So once again, Lotus number 1. Where is he? Where is he? Let me go on blue. There we go. Lotus number 1, Mars number 2, right? Radis number 3, and then William, boop, where is he? Boom, number 4. And then when it comes to the pickup banner and the seasonal character, honestly, if I had to give my opinion, focus on the season characters. All right. And then at that point, realistically, just see who you manage to pull, because keep in mind, one of the seasonal characters is obtainable for free. Unless you want to go for all 3, then, you know, it's just pulling 2 and then getting the last one for free. You know, all the seasonal characters are damn good, but I think between the 2, Asta and Mimosa, I think that's going to be the 2. So, anyway, that is that. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Just give you guys an insight on characters to reroll for if you're unsure. At the end of the day, you know, with Black Clover, you guys can play the game however you want. So, you know, I don't know, if you're a fan of Jack, for whatever reason, then if you can go, I know, you know, if you're a fan of Fugolion, then do as you please. But being smart about it and getting the power characters that are going to give you the advantage within PvE and PvP in a longevity term, it's going to be the characters that I've mentioned. So, yeah. Hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gives you guys a rough idea on now who to aim for, and hopefully get yourself an amazing account to start off with, because at the end of the day, I'm sure we're all trying to start off with the god rolls because we're all saving for Noelle. Because when she drops, everyone needs to summon and everyone needs to max her out, because we don't know what her extra bonus passive will provide. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll leave it there, boys. Take care. Peace.